are back. This is Beat The Line Broadcast, episode 19, UFC Vegas 86. I'm your host, Pegasus Picks. We also have Dravy here and Key3Picks as well. You know, the normal Beat The Line boys every single week. This fight's Hermansson versus Joe Pyfer. What do we think about the card, guys? What do you guys think first look?
A lot of finishes, in my opinion. Like, it's a decent card, I think. But I think we're going to get a lot of finishes. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, I think it should be all action type of card.
Who do you think is going to finish the fastest?
Good question.
I think Ihor and Rob Bryczek.
Maybe Guskov's going to finish your boy quick. Who knows?
Oh, dude, I don't think so. I saw, what's his name? That was Jacob's lock of the week. Was Guskov. I don't know about that one, bro.
I don't know who's going to finish the first. Yeah,
he's so reliable all he relies on is that right hand, bro. He's got nothing else going for him.
I think it'll be in that Ihor fight. I like that pick.
I think so too.
It's a good one.
We can get started here. We did what? We did main event to starting card, but this card's actually pretty good, so we can start from the bottom here. First fight of the night is at 135 pounds. It's Daniel Marcos, 15-0-0, versus Aori or Kulang Aori, Aori Kang, or however the Mongolian murderer. He's 25-11. He's 30 years old. He's 5'7" with a 69-inch reach. Dan Marcos, 15-0. He's 30, 5'7" with a 69-inch reach. You can get Dan Marcos anywhere from -250 to -265. Aori's anywhere from +215 to +200. Drav, let's start off with you. What do you think? Do you think Aori's actually going to get these takedowns and make this an interesting fight, or do you think Marcos is going to finish him?
I don't really see takedowns in this fight personally. I know people talking about the wrestling upside, but I don't really see it. Like, Marco's takedown defense is pretty good. And I mean, yeah, Aori has some wrestling, but I don't think that's going to happen here. His wrestling defense not great though, but I don't really see Marco shooting either. So I think there's going to be a striking fight for the most part. Difference is I love Marcos as a striker more than Aori. I think that he's cleaner. He has more power. They're both pretty powerful, but I love his striking in general a little bit more. And the way he goes to the body, to the leg, and he's way better defensively. I think he has a better chin. I know that Aori only got KO once, but he got hurt multiple times against Molina, even against Perrin, against Zabi, put him out cold. That was bad. Even against Munoz early, he got kind of wobbled. That was a bad look, man. And I mean, Marco's an undefeated prospect. I know there's probably going to be a time to fade him, but I don't think that's the time. I'm not a fan of the current price tag. It's like, what, -250 it was? Yeah, -250.
Yeah,
I feel like if you were able to get under -200 or -200, I think it's decent. But yeah, he was a good parlay piece earlier in the week. Now I don't really love him. Maybe the KO prop is interesting. Do you guys think he's live for KO? Or?
Yeah, I think he's going to pick him off on the outside and knock him out in round 3, probably. I think it's going to be a late finish.
What's the price on that?
It's a good price, bro. It's like plus 300 for the knockout.
Really? Just straight up?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thought it'd be lower than that. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I think that this is probably there's a pass for me. I think Marcos is pretty solid, but at -255, I'm not willing to back him here. The round 3 KO, I think, is like +1,000. Yeah, there's not really much interest here. I don't mind people laying the chalk here, but this just isn't a fight that I'm looking at heavy.
What about you, Peg?
I had myself muted. Yeah, I think it's going to be a finish. I parlayed Marcos at -205. When I started taping him at -185, I wanted to bet the line there. Day got away from me, got busy, and then when I came back, it was already at 200. But I was ready to play him straight at -180. I think it's going to look pretty straightforward from here. I think he's probably going to pick him up on the feet, probably drop him in rounds 1 or 2, and then finish him in round 3. But it also could go to a decision because, he is relatively durable. He gets dropped, but the finishes are, as of recently haven't been great. So I don't know. I don't think there's any way to play him right now at minus 250 unless you play the KO. Let's go to the next fight. Next fight, this one's going to be interesting too. So we got Amil. He's 8-0 versus Fernie Garcia, who's 10-4. Fernie Garcia is he's 31. He's 5'7" with a 67-inch reach. He's 0-3 in the UFC so far. You can get him anywhere from plus 145 to plus 171. So his line is coming in a little bit. Amil is anywhere from minus 175 to minus 200. He is 33. He's 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. This is his UFC debut. Key, what do you think? Do you think Fernie loses right here and loses his contract and gets cut from the UFC, or are you going to take Amil at a heavy favorite price?
Taking Amil at a heavy favorite price is nasty work. Just him lacking a brain and him just winging shots is what you want to see as a fan, but not a bettor. I personally played Amil over 49.5 strikes on Prize Picks. I like that line. I think that these guys stand and bang for most of this fight. I think that Hyder does have some wrestling upside here. But it's not like he's a guy that's super heavy on top and is really going to control the fight. I think they'll create some fun scrambles. I think this will be a slot fest, a good fight for the Apex. But this isn't a fight that I'm looking to back Amil in as a minus 185 favorite or so.
If I told you that the under was plus odds, what do you think of that? The under 2.5 is
that's part of the reason I played the over significant strikes. Just seeing that the over 2.5 was minus 225. That's part of the process that goes into it. There's a shit ton of correlation there. But I do think that the under is a good bet. I do think plus 185.
I think so too. It's at plus 185 also. So that's kind of like one of those things that you see. I don't know. This guy doesn't stop going forward if you watch any of his tapes on Amil. So he does nonstop pressure going forward. And, Fernie Garcia, he's very hittable. He likes to stand and bang. And I feel like he's fighting for his job here. So why not swing? Real quick, we got a comment here from Barcy. How do we feel about Pyfer KO plus 125? Not great. I think that's that's his path to victory, I think, most likely. But for that price, I kind of thought it'd be a little bit higher.
Yeah, I think it's a better bet than the money line, personally.
I think it's a much better bet than the money line.
Especially at this point. What's he, minus 260 now?
Yeah.
Also, his interview sucked today.
I didn't see. I saw a clip and it seemed like shit.
It sucked. I can't. I'm pissed. I got money on a money line because now I kind of want him to lose. But hey.
And yeah, for the Garcia fight, I mean, he's on very short notice and he's going up a weight class. Do you guys think it's gonna affect him?
He's got a Mexican chin. I don't know.
It's like
he's. I think if anything, it does him some good.
Ricky just joined us. He says he likes Fernie here. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my point. What's up, Ricky? Yeah, it's because it's kind of tricky because he's not big for 135, and now he's on short notice fighting for his job up a weight class. I don't like that, and yeah, I don't like the under personally. Yeah, I think that Garcia and Amil are both very durable. I don't really see a finish myself. Fight go the distance was a good bet, but the line kind of got smashed. I don't have any bet on this one personally. I think it's dog or pass, but again, the line's not great enough for me to pick any side. But I guess for the show, I'm gonna pick Amil to win, but I don't have any confidence in this fight in general.
Yeah, the only thing I would play is the under, honestly. But I have no interest in picking a side here. I wanted to play Amil against Melsick. I was actually going to take that at plus odds. Jay Will makes a good point too. We saw Johnson fight for his job last week.
Yeah, good point. You did.
Were,
You almost died in the first round, though. That was surprising.
you
The
did.
first time I saw him get dropped, I had the over, bro. I was like, is he dying early? What's going on?
He got dropped twice that fight. I think he was in the second round too. He got dropped again.
I don't remember. I think it was in the first round, but like he got hurt with all the shots after. That was crazy.
But yeah, no, guys who.
Dude, when he had the doors, I was like, "Are we good? Did you Johnson? He's gonna survive this, bro. Been there before, been there, done that."
I think it was Johnson's best fight yet. Honestly, he's got that.
That was cool.
I gained a lot of respect from Johnson after that fight. I didn't really respect him at all, honestly. If you watch back on the last show.
And Key, do you regret not betting him? You wanted to bet him.
No, I mean I betted him in a different way. I bet his over significant strikes, so I was happy to cash
on him. Yeah.
Like
it looked like he was gonna die, but then he made it to the fight. Yeah, that was a good fight.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at the next fight here. This is a light heavyweight fight. It's Zach Pauga 6-2 versus Bogdan Guskov 14-3. Zach Pauga, he's 35. He's 35. He's 6'2", and he's 76-inch reach. I did not know I thought he was 33. Then Bogdan Guskov is 14-3. He's 31. He's 6'3" with a 76-inch reach. You can get Bogdan Guskov anywhere from plus 105 to plus 114. You can get Zach Pauga anywhere from minus 121 to minus 146. I'm going to start this one off since I think I might be the only one to bet on this fight.
You're going to need to tell us. Well, why do you think Pauga is the best bet?
I think Pauga's the side, right? Here's why. Ready?
You said best bet of the entire card.
Yeah. No. He's not my best bet. My best bet of the entire card coming up. So this guy, Pauga, he's got good experience. If you watch his amateur stuff, he was always a wrestler. He was taking people down, everything like that. You don't see that anymore. Now he's against Jordan Wright. He was clinching up against the fence. Against Modestus, he actually, knocked him down twice, was throwing heavy hands and looked good on the feet. So we seen him good on the clinch. We see him good on the ground. We see him good standing up lately. He's got constant pressure and the cardio advantage. This guy, Bogdan, on the other hand, has heavy hands. He holds them low and hasn't been past 5 minutes and 43 seconds of fight time. So he's very unproven. We saw him go out there. Don't get me wrong. Pauga is no Volkon. But I don't know. It seemed like the second Volkon clapped him, he quit. He's one of these guys that if you clip him, he wants to quit and get out. If you go look back at Johnny Walker's brother, who actually trains with Guskov at Gore MMA in Russia, they asked him questions like, "Oh, how is his grappling?" And they were like, "His takedown defense is good." And he was like, "Well, but how about his grappling?" He goes, No. His takedown defense is good. So, AKA, he doesn't grapple. That's why Volkon was able to sub him. I think Zach Pauga is a side here. I also like the over 1.5 if you don't feel like picking a side. But Pauga is going to be my pick. I took him minus 135 for 1.35 units, and I think this is a get-right price for Pauga. Dravy, what do you think about this fight? How would you play it?
Yeah, I'm not passionate like you on this one, Peg. I'm sorry. I'm really not. I don't have no interest, and I have no interest whatsoever. I mean, I think if you want to play Guskov, I kind of like the knockout or just the first round. The first round, the odds are not great though. Like his money line is plus 100 and his KO is plus 150. That's kind of ugly, you know. But yeah, I guess you play the round one and the round two, like plus 250 round one, plus 700 round two. But again, yeah, he's not gonna like this dude is 5 minutes or buzz, but the first 5 minutes gonna be super dangerous because I don't think Pauga is the best chin ever, and yeah, at the same time, I mean, I don't think that Guskov is good. They're both kind of fraudulent, you know. I did bet Pauga decision last time out at like plus 325 against who it was booked. I don't remember his name. Who did he fought last time? Peg. Pauga.
Modestus.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think you can make an argument that you won that fight. You guys
think so too?
Yeah, just this fight, the powers just scare me early. But like, if Pauga survived the first round, he's the side for sure. But I'm not sure he's gonna survive the first round. So yeah, this fight's a mess. like a pick and price tag, I don't feel like I have any edge over the bookies. Maybe the under 1.5, but again, if like Pauga win, maybe you can just clinch him up and win a decision. So I don't want anything to do with that. Like this dude didn't finish Jordan Wright, you know? Like
Yeah.
Wood doesn't finish Jordan Wright. So yeah, I don't. But I think Pauga has some good skills. Like his wrestling, clinch game, cardio is good. Like he's a kind of that's sketchy for sure. Like he's a decent fighter. I'm not saying that he's bad. Like he's pretty decent everywhere he's training. I think at Elevation with Curtis Blades. So he has
also
good tools, just that he's not a good finisher in a higher weight class. So that's kind of my problem here. But big cardio edge. So after 5 minutes, he's probably minus 250 or something. So yeah, I just don't want to touch it.
I almost like it better that he's not a finisher because, you know, this guy, Guskov, doesn't want to get dirty, bro. And I love that about Pauga. Pauga's down to get dirty, and that's how it's going to go. I think it's going to be a lot of clinch work. We may even see a takedown here, but I would rather this fight not stay standing, at least for the first round. Key, what do you got?
Minus 121, I think it is now. That's a solid price. I was looking at it earlier whenever he was around, I believe like minus 170 at the time, but that price was a little too steep for me. I think that he's a side. I did bet him versus Modestus. I really thought that he won the fight. I thought that it was also pretty clear that he won that fight. I think that Guskov is, like y'all said, I think he's going to be round 1 KO or bust outside the first 5 minutes. I think that Pauga has a chance to potentially look minus 250, minus 300. Minus 121, I might have to hop in. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. If you go back, I'll take you now a trip down memory lane right here. All right, let's go look at Bogdan's competition. Right, so one of the guys he fought is 20-11. The other guy he fought is 4-6. The other guy he fought is 7-6. So he's lost since he got knocked out by Guskov. He's lost 5 in a row. Vadim Litvin is 5-4. So he's got no respectable wins, honestly. And the only real competition, this guy Vyacheslav Vichalevsky, is like he's an actual talent who's 36-5. He boarded him in the first round. Slava, he knocked out Guskov. So like this guy is one of those guys with a Russian record. I don't think there's anything special coming out here. And I mean, listen, prove me wrong, but I'm happy to fade this guy, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you guys are a little bit too passionate for my liking. But who's Pauga best win? Is Jordan Wright?
Dravy, it's called having balls. That's what it is.
Not really, bro. Not in this spot. But yeah, you're talking about the resume, but who's Pauga best win?
Pauga's best win is probably Jordan Wright, I guess. It's the only real win, honestly. Well, I think he looked great against Bukauskas. Honestly, I really think he did.
I mean, he looked great versus Usman before getting death touch.
Yeah, before he got
that was the weight class. Yeah,
that was at heavyweight. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. This man might be a little sketchy.
Good luck.
Yeah, let's move to the next fight. This one's good. I know we all got a good take here. Next fight is Jeremiah Wells, 12-3-1 versus Max Griffin, 19-10. Max Griffin is he's 38. He's 5'11" with a 76-inch reach. Jeremiah Wells is 12-3. He's 37. He's 5'9" with a 74-inch reach. You can get Max Griffin anywhere from plus 115 to plus 145. And you can get Jeremiah Wells anywhere from minus 145 to minus 170. Dravy, I'm going to let you start with this one. Do you think he pins Wells in the first round and knocks him out cold?
I'm not sure it's going to be in the first round, but I think at some point he's going to put him out. Yeah, I do think so. I mean, I love Max Griffin in this spot. I don't like that everybody agree with me and everybody's betting him now, but he's the much better striker. I think he's going to make Wells look idiot on the feet. Like, even in the Semelsberger fight, like that's not a good look. I don't rate Semelsberger takedown defense. I don't rate his ground game. I do rate his power, but like man, he was hurting Wells with anything. And the problem with Wells is he's not like bad on the feet. He's very explosive and he has a lot of power. But man, he's so open, man. When he's swinging in the pocket, I think a guy like Max Griffin with his level of experience and with his technical striking is gonna be able to find him. And like I love the leg kicks of Max. I think that's gonna be a good weapon here. But also like the jab is good and the straight right hand down the pipe, bro. I think he's gonna knock him out with that. And I also love the fact that he's good on the back foot and he's good when he's putting the pressure. So if Wells go in crazy and try to put his head to get him out of here early, I think he's gonna get counter. Like he can get knocked out on the back foot and on the front foot. That's super dangerous. And I mean, Max Griffin is 8-1 to the knockout in the to the knockdowns in the UFC. He's dropping like everybody in the first round. I know he's not like the best finisher, but the dude has some serious power. Now let's talk about his wrestling. I think his takedown defense is pretty good, but I love his get up game, bro. Like I really do. And I think he has good enough grappling. What did you say?
Scrambles are good too.
Yeah, his scrambles are good. I think his grappling in general. He's now a black belt, I think. I mean, Wells has wrestling grappling upside, and he's strong. He's probably going to be able to get him down a couple of times, but I'm not sure he can control him. I don't think Wells going to finish him. To be honest, I don't really see much finishing upside from the side of Wells. I gave the finishing upside on the Griffin side, and I do favor him as the fight goes on because Wells can still look good when you wrestle late in fights, but he doesn't look good on the feet. His striking defense is not good. And yeah, like I said, Max Griffin, way more experienced. They're around the same age. They're both kind of older, but yeah, Max has 29 pro fights and Wells he has 16, you know? So yeah, much better level of competition for Griffin. I think he beat Neil Magny. I had Neil Magny by decision in that fight. I think he lost. He almost put it out. Like he almost finished Magny in under 3 minutes. Last fight against Morales, that was a nightmare matchup for Griffin, if you ask me. And he still won a round. Like he lost 29-28. And his chin's very good. Like he's very durable. I don't see Wells finishing him whatsoever. I think if there's a finish, that's going to be Max putting him out. If not, that's probably going to be a close 29-28 decision. But yeah, I do like Max Griffin. I bet him pretty heavy at plus 150.
Yep, awesome. Key, what do you got here? You thinking anything different here? I mean, Dravy pretty much
I have zero interest in this fight. If I had to choose a side, I'd probably go Griffin. But I don't have any interest in betting a Jeremiah Wells fight.
You know, I had Jeremiah Wells last fight, and it was looking so good until he got choked out by Harrison or is it Carlton Harris or Harrison?
Carlton Harris.
Carlton Harris. Yeah, but that was kind of a meme sub there in the last round. It is what it is. Wells will take him down, but Max get back up and went on volume, late finish. Yeah, Wells's gas tank is not good, and I think that's the reason he did get finished in that last fight in the third round. That's because, you know, he was tired. And when he's tired, he puts his head in dumbass spots, as we can tell, and he got finished that way. I don't know. I played him plus 164 as a dog. Kind of like what Dravy said. All the reasons Dravy said, but I also think, like, I hate that everyone is now jumping on the line. I'm happy we beat the line by, 30 cents now. It looks pretty good to, have that plus 165 ticket on Max Payne, but me and Drav might be having Max Payne when he gets subbed. So
we'll sub that, bro. That's not happening. Like, I mean, you can lose, but I don't think there's any reason you tell me this time's not a pick 'em.
No, I think so too. I think I was talking to someone today. I said the line. I think it should have been Max should be the underdog, but he should be plus 125. That's where I would probably put it. And the line's getting there. It's at plus 133 right now, but it closes right around where it should have been.
Yes, yeah, I don't agree with that. I think he should be a slight favorite. I think he should be around minus 125 ish because, like, I still respect Wells' strength and I respect his power and his grappling, but like, man, like I said, I gave almost all the finishing upside to Max. I think he has better cardio, better striking. And yeah, like I said, I don't think Wells' chin has not been tested much, but I mean, Samusberger, He had been tested in a Samuelsberger fight, but not in other fights, And Samuelsberger's has big power, but he's not a good finisher. I've been saying this for his last couple of fights. He's kind of a bum if we're being honest. He's decent, but like, is he really UFC caliber? I don't really think so. We know that Max Griffin is. So yeah. And like also Wells was a pick 'em to almost every of these guys. He was a pick 'em to almost everybody. And now he was minus 180 to Max Griffin. What's going on here? Yeah. I don't agree with the line whatsoever. I actually favor Griffin in this spot personally. I'm gonna pick him to win. I'm gonna pick him to win by knockout. But like, yeah, everybody bet him now. But like, bro, when I posted this on Twitter, I didn't see any max bets, or maybe one or two. And then after I post, Cody Blood Money posted also. And then like I see almost every tweet, Max Griffin. Everybody's tailing, bro. Like, but I agree with the line movement on this one.
I know. Listen, we did our job. We beat the line. Now we got to do the second half of the job and win the bet. So let's hope we do that. Let's go on to our next fight here. Next fight is Devin Clark versus Marcin Prachnio. Devin Clark is 14-8. He's 33. He's 6 foot with a 75-inch reach. Marcin Prachnio is 35. He's 6'3 with a 74-inch reach. You can get Devin Clark anywhere from minus 218 to minus 230. You get Prachnio anywhere from plus 195 to plus 160. I'll start this one off here just because it's my biggest bet of 2024 so far. I put 2.5 units on Devin Clark, I believe, at minus 185. The reason I took this is because it doesn't make sense to me. Devin Clark's got a pretty good, strength of schedule. Prachnio has like an okay strength of schedule, but we watched Prachnio get chinned by Sam Alvey. So we know his chin's not great. I know people say he's like got this all great striking pedigree. He has 405 wins as a kickboxer or something, or a karate or some shit. But when Devin Clark shows into the ring with his singlet on and takes this guy down, we've watched him get taken down multiple times. He's got a good get up game, which is fine. But I think Devin Clark will be able to hold him down if he wants to. And honestly, like when he was fighting Chuck Wu, I was on the Chuck Wu that fight, and he almost knocked out the Chuck Wu in the first round.
He looked good in the fight.
He looked good. So I think, this is a perfect fight for him to get right in the win column, get right back on track. I think the reason they made that line, I believe they opened it around minus 165. I think they made it this way because they don't want people betting Devin Clark. No one wants to take Devin Clark at minus 180. So they're trying to keep you away from it. And this is a hammer spot to me. He can win by decision, he can grapple, and he can knock him out. 3 pass to win. I'm happy to put 2.5 units there. Key, you go next. What do you think for this fight?
Yeah, so I was actually one of the earlier people on this. I got Devin Clark at minus 162. I'm super happy with that line. I think in this fight it's pretty basic. Prachnio is a physical weenie for the UFC standards. It's kind of weird because he's physically strong. He just fights like a bitch. I think that he's the classic guy of a striker whose striking doesn't necessarily translate to MMA. I do think in kickboxing or karate, whatever it may be, that his striking probably looks just fine there. But I really don't think that he has a striking that just translates greatly to MMA. I think that as long as Devin puts on his singlet and goes to work, this is a relatively easy spot for him. I kind of wish I played it to win 2 units instead of 1. But minus 162 is a pretty obvious line for me. And like you said, strength of schedule, Devin only loses to guys who are actually really good. You go through it: Jan, Rakic, Ryan Spann, Anthony Smith, Kutalaba, elite wrestler, Asmat, Kennedy. Prachnio will probably die before he gets to any of those guys. So I think this is an easy Devin spot. I'm not sure if he finishes, but I will say, what was his let's see what some of these finished props look like right now.
Right. Yeah, I like him to get a knockout too.
Yeah, because like you say, damn near killed Kennedy.
Kenny's kind of chinny now, evidently, because even
He's
Dustin.
always been to some extent.
He wasn't always getting hurt early in the fights.
Yeah, it was just he always fought through it well.
I missed the Twitter Spaces because you could put noises. I was gonna put the barking sound because Devin Clark's also a dog. Like he
fights for your money.
Yeah, he'll fight for your money. I'm happy to put it there. Drav, what do you think? Oh, okay, are you done?
Nah, I was about to say I just got done looking at some of the finished props. There's nothing that interests me too much. I think money line was only.
Hold up, brother. I'm speaking here. All right. Hold up, brother. I'm speaking. Like Tony said.
I look at him.
All right, Drav, what do you got? And we'll move on to the next one.
I don't have much. I think you guys nailed it. I'm not passionate about this fight, but I think you guys had a good number. Like you both have under -200. I think it's good. But at current price, it's just a pass fight for me. -160, -180. Clark was the side. Also, just to mention, he's 9-1 in decision, which I think this fight's probably gonna go the distance. So that's good for him. I think Prachnio is quite chinny, but I don't think Clark is a good finisher. So like in his win in the UFC, the only guy he finished was William Knight. Not very good, But yeah, he has clear wrestling upside, and I just trust him more to win this fight. But it's the type of guy that I want to bet at plus money, not at -250 he is now, I think. Yeah, he's -230. No interest for me on this one, but -160 was a good number. I'm gonna pick him to win a decision, but I'm not a fan of the money line price.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on to the next fight. Next fight is Loma Lookboonmee versus Bruna Brasil. Loma is 8-3. She's 28. She's 5'1" with a 61-inch reach. Bruna is 9-3. She's 5'6". She's 30 years old, and she's got a 65.5-inch reach. You can get Loma anywhere from -260 to -310. You can get Bruna Brasil anywhere from +245 to +196. I'm going to let Key start with this one. Low-level girl fights, even though I don't think Loma is low-level at all. I'm just going to call it that way for the sake of what I do every week. Key, you take us away to start. Do you agree with Bruna plus 3.5? You're muted.
You muted, Key.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Bruna plus 3.5 my ass. I think that,
it's 115, just to put in context.
And first, I think that we need to take a long, serious victory lap for Molly fucking McCann.
Oh,
she looked -1,000. I said that she was good till -500.
You did. Yeah, that's
the sub was crazy. The sub I never saw coming.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that the arm bar was what she wanted to work for. Damn near took off her whole arm. I think that,
she was proud, Kia. I'm sure you were smiling like shit.
Oh, I was screaming in front of my TV.
Molly McCann, new champion 2024.
Nah, for real. The McCann champ 2024 bets live on around here. So anyways, but on a serious note, though, I did actually parlay Loma with Molly, so I do have a good hedge spot if I really cared, and I could win a unit either way with Bruna in this fight. But I got Loma at -220. I believe she's around -280 now, or -270 range. Yeah, I loved -220. Loma has multiple paths here. I think on the feet she's much faster. And all the fighting nerds fighters do this, which is funny because I actually bet one that's coming up later on this card. But the fighting nerds fighters pressure and any sort of extended combos can really give them issues. Bruna shows up the worst with because she just doesn't react to shots. Like, it's really confusing, honestly, because she looks like this measured, educated striker. And whenever the fight's at her pace and girls just feel completely outmatched against her and out physical, then she looks great and she's controlling the tempo. She's trying to be a sniper. But then the second that you have any girl, I mean, Denise Gomes like just completely dogged her. Losing around to Shauna Bannon, nasty work. And I'm somebody who actually bet Bannon in that fight. But the way in which she looked to lose around versus her, nasty work. I really think that Loma can wrestle fuck her here too. I think this is just a Loma spot. No matter where this fight goes, I think Loma looks fine. The only thing is Bruna does have she's the much taller and rangier fighter. So if she does stay on the outside, I mean, there's potential. She has a good head kick, as we know. But outside of that, this is a Loma spot. Loma can wrestle. She can get on the inside. Her clinch work is great. The knees, the elbows, just making the fight dirty is what Loma's great at, and is what Bruna struggles with very much.
Yep. Drav, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the clinch game is gonna be the difference here. Yeah, she's smaller. She's like that's for sure.
Atom weight.
Yeah, I mean, Brazil's gonna have a size advantage for sure. But yeah, I do agree with the line movement on this one. I did parlay Luma at early price. I got -200. I think that was a good parlay piece. I'm not a fan now at -280. I will not parlay her at these odds. But yeah, I think she's pretty live for a finish. I'm not gonna lie. Brazil is chinny, first of all. I don't think she's that good. I'm not even sure she's UFC caliber. She's a decent fighter, but like she's a low volume. She has good kicks, but her striking defense is not great. She doesn't react well to pressure, and I don't think she has a good clinch game. Luma's gonna put it on her in the clinch. Her clinch game is nasty, and just her striking in general, the elbows, the knees. She's a multi specialist. And yeah, I mean, she has been working on the wrestling, grappling part of her game recently. I don't rate Brazil takedown defense either, so I think Luma can even mix in the takedowns if she wants. She's gonna be smaller, that's for sure, but I do think she has some finishing upside. I think she can like hurt Brazil with a kick or something, and I think she can hurt Brazil in the clinch with like an elbow or something. So yeah, I do think the KO is alive. I think they kind of fucked something up on the props though. They kind of opened the KO at like +750, I think, and the sub at +400 or something like that. That's crazy. Like if she finished, that's gonna be a KO, not a sub. Yeah, the market overreacted to Luma last win by sub. Yeah, and I mean they have similar opponents, right? They both fought Gomez, and didn't Loma 30-27 her, or I'm tripping?
Let me go check. I'll tell you right now. She
won 30-27 on two scorecard, right? So she out wrestled Gomez and she out struck Gomez, right? And then I'm not trying to do MMA math, but that's still like, I mean, that just they fought the same girl and they had different results. I mean, Brazil got I bet Gomez against Brazil, she got done like 54-15 strikes, and she got taken down 3 times. Yeah, I think Luma's the spot here. I think people overthinking it because of the line. She also been in the UFC for much longer, and I also think she has better cardio. So Luma's the side for me. At -200, that was a party piece. Not at these odds, but I do agree with the line movement that she should be around -250. Yeah, she doesn't react well to. Yeah, exactly. That's good points. She doesn't react well. I don't think she trusts. Like since she has been KO, I think 2 or 3 times, she kind of don't trust her own shit anymore. So she doesn't, like when she gets hits, you can see in her face, she's like, oh damn, I'm not gonna fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Lulu must decide. I think people are kind of overthinking it.
All right. Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of unbettable now, but maybe take her inside the distance if you want to try and better, but I don't know. Next fight is at 155. This is a late replacement. It's Timothy Cuamba versus Balaji Oki. Balaji Oki is 8-1. He's 28. He's 5'10 with a 73-inch reach. Timothy Cuamba, he's 8-1. He's 24. He's 5'9 with a 71-inch reach. Betting odds, you can only get them on Bet Online right now. Oki is minus 193. Cuamba is plus 168. Drav, I'll let you start off with this one. Do you think Timothy's going to have a good chance coming up in weight? And this is the first time I've ever seen a guy fight like 4 days ago and then take a fight and is going to be fighting, within a week later in a whole different organization. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's pretty good. I like the guys he's training with. He's with Davy Cooper as trainer, and he's around the Bashat's brother, Manuel Cape, all these people. So he has been with these guys for a long time. You can even see Cooper was in his corner in the regional. Um, I really do like his striking. Like pretty good boxing. He's very fast and very good kicks. He goes to the body very well, which I like. He has good cardio. He also has good wrestling. He has good takedowns, but he also has good takedown defense, which is good. I also love the fact that I've seen him get you wrestle fuck the guy Dimitri Miller. You won a decision. That was 2 years ago. He just showed me in that fight that he can wrestle fuck someone for 15 minutes, which that was not like his typical performance, but that's still good to know. And then he showed me that he can finish people. He got kind of cracked in a fight or two that I've watched on regional, but he has a good chin, which is going to be important here because he's going to be facing a big puncher. And the guy that he fought on Contender, Matteo Volger, right? This dude's pretty good. I've been tipping him because he fought a lot of guys that are in the UFC or let me check. Yeah, so this guy, he lost to Blackshear, okay, and he lost to Cuamba on Contender, but he beat a guy named he choked out Garrett Armfield. He's pretty good, man. He's a very good wrestler, and his takedowns were not working against Cuamba. And also he's big for featherweight, dude. Like he did the last guy that he fought, he head kicked the shit out of him. But like this dude was big. This dude was like the same size of Oki, if not bigger. He was like the same size of Oki, dude. He was a big featherweight. And I don't think the size difference is going to be as important as what people think in this one. I think Oki is going to be a little bit bigger and he's gonna hit a little bit harder. But I think that Cuamba is going to be faster, and I think his striking in general is a little bit cleaner. I think he has a little bit more weapon, but I still think that Oki's striking is very good. I love his counter shots. I love the way he goes to the body. He has good leg kicks, and I think that's going to be important because Cuamba kind of struggled with them at times. Volga had a ton of success with leg kicks, but again, he kind of adjusts well because he has good footwork, and then he was using movements to evade the leg kicks, which I like. I think that he's going to learn a little bit more than Oki, and I think he's going to be a little bit faster than him. And I think that they both have good wrestling, but I think that Cuamba has better takedown defense than Oki, and I've seen Oki even on the amateur. The fight that he lost, that was a draw in amateur, right? That was a long time ago, but still. And then his first pro fight, he lost decision because of wrestling. He got taken down back and back and back, and then he improved his game. But he fought bums. Like, to be fair, the guy he beat on Contender was good, but like the guys before, like even the guy that is 13-0, you watch him before he fought Oki. All the guys that he's beat are 0-0, 0-1, 0-0, 0-0, 5-8, 1-2, 7-3, 0-0, 0-0. That's like. And he went life and death with this guy. That was a close fight. I think that Oki, as the fight goes on, he get a little bit tired. I do like him. I think he's a good fighter. I think they're both very good striker. I think that's gonna be a good fight, a close fight. So when Cuamba was plus 210, I did bet him. Now plus 168. I don't like him at these odds because you need to consider the UFC debut, the move up in weight, the very quick turnaround. But to be fair, he's in good shape, and he fought last week. He just had a full training camp with high-level training partner, with high-level coaches. So he just had a full camp, So he's in shape and he's ready. But that's still a quick turnaround, so we need to factor that into the line. But because of that, I still favor Oki a little bit. But yeah, I think that Cuamba is very live, and I think that he's UFC caliber for sure.
Key, what do you think of the striking of Oki? I know you love strikers like Oki, so what do you think about this fight?
He was actually a little under. I thought that he was going to beat the shit out of Hazovic, and so I did parlay him with Prates, who we have coming up later in this card. But I, I honestly wasn't overly impressed. Some of his shots got intercepted by quick 1-2s. He's physical as hell, and physically imposing in the fight. Um, I think that the speed of Tim here can really cause some problems for him. I did like Tim's fight on Dana White's Contender Series. I haven't taped this fight fully, but I do think that I'll bet Timothy here in some spot, whether that be Oki under fantasy score on Prize Picks, whether that be Cuamba's actual money line. But I'm pretty sure that I'm going to end up on the Cuamba side here.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if you don't like him after full tapes, to be honest. I did them today, and he's your type of fighter. The way he strike, bro, is beautiful to watch.
He's very good too for being 24, and it shows
that
he's
like the speed is nasty, dude. Like he's super fast at 145. So I think his speed advantage is gonna translate super well to 155. And like I said, he's still a big dude for the division. And also that's gonna be his birthday. That's gonna be his birthday in 2 days. I just spotted that. So in 2 days, that is birthday, and then he's fighting. You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, I took I was thinking. I watched the tapes this afternoon. I was at the time he was probably where he was plus 140 to plus 160. I was kind of thinking dog or pass. Then the line got to 200, and that's just way too wide for me. I played plus 200. Happy about it. Put a unit there, and I pretty much agree with everything you guys have said. Let's go to the next fight here. This is another great fight. It's Trevin Giles versus Carlos Prates. Trevin Giles is 16-5. He's 31. He's 6 foot with a 74-inch reach. Carlos Prates is 17-6. He's 30. He's 6'1 with a 78-inch reach. For the odds wise, you can get Giles anywhere from plus 215, which is kind of crazy, to plus 200. You can get Prates anywhere from minus 245 to minus 265. I'm a Muay Thai guy. Used to practice. I love Muay Thai. This guy Prates has got Muay Thai tattooed across his chest. I was rooting for him, and I think I bet him by KO on his Dana White Contender Series fight. I think he's live for a KO against Giles with his chin. One thing Muay Thai guys do struggle with is fast punches down the pipe, and Trevin Giles is a very fast and strong jab. That could be the only issue. Wrestling-wise, I think Prates has good takedown defense, and I think Prates is probably the side here, though. This line is getting a little too wide, personally. Let's go Key first for this one. Key, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this is a Prates side. I personally played his KO at plus 135 for one unit. And
I also 110 now. Smoke it.
Yeah, I also parlayed him for 2 units. Kind of pissed now that I didn't go 2 units on the KO because now that parlay leg was Oki versus Hazovic. So that is now just a minus 200 straight bet for 1 unit. So kind of pissed off at my luck there. If I would have known that ahead of time, I definitely would have went 2 units at plus 135.
Minus 200 isn't a bad line for him, though.
Yeah, minus 200 was a great money line spot for him. And I also got minus 220 in another parlay. But I think technically in this fight, I think that this is the perfect showcase fight for him. Giles is low volume. The only thing that's going to give Prates trouble at the higher level is going to be volume and a shit ton of wrestling. He tends to pick his shots as most fighters do. And that's my only gripe about them is that they're, for the most part, pretty low volume. But he picks his shots so well He stalks his opponents. I really love the way he pressures and cuts the cage off. And he's so damn long. Pause. But he's long as hell for the division. And
Drake long. You guys see that Drake video?
nah, we're gonna act like Peg didn't just say that.
Wild shit, bro. That was wild. Drav, you see that?
Oh
What's talking about?
Go look up Drake on Twitter.
Your fellow Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh god, Drav, you're in for a special reaction.
I think I've heard people talking. I saw a meme about something like that about John Cena. He posted a meme on it.
It's just not a meme. But nah. Anyways, back to the real shit. Men in underwear fighting each other. The real man shit.
Yeah.
I think that Prates is. I think that he's the goods. I think that they want to market him. Dana's talking about him like he was Anderson Silva on Dana White Contender Series was nuts. I think this is a perfect spot for him. I think he gets it done. Giles' chin is funny as hell, and he constantly just does something dumb. So I'm interested to see how he gets knocked out here.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because like Giles is a good fighter. Like his jab is nasty. He's pretty strong. He has good wrestling, decent BJJ. So he's a good fighter and he fought good competition. And like we have to favor the fact that he has been in the UFC for a long time. He fought very good competition. Like the guys he lost to will probably beat Prates if they fought. You know, like we're talking about Gabe Bonfim, we're talking about Michael Morales, we're talking about Duplessis. You know, GM3 back in the days, late sub, and Cummings. Yeah, I think that Giles' chin is not very good as well. I think that's the main problem for him. It's like if the chin were good and if his chin was good and I was confident he will not get put out, I think he could potentially win. But I think the problem is Prates is a sniper and he has nasty power against a guy that I consider chinny. I don't think that's gonna end well, unfortunately. Prates making his debut, you know, maybe he's gonna have the shitter, he's gonna have like he's gonna not perform that good, but who knows, right? I love his jab. I very like his leg, but not his leg kick, but his head kick is nasty. And he's kind of low volume at time. He's not like a very good minute winner, but he pick up his shot very well, and he has big power. He's a good moment winner. Like he kill off these type of people. And again, Giles, man, like he's kind of slowed down in the fights, bro. He slowed down. He got hurt against Parson, and that was a bad look. I'm not even sure he won that fight. Kosi, he's not a good fighter. He did have some moments against Morales, some moments against Duplessis, but yeah, I think Pratt is gonna finish him in the second round. I think he's a slow starter at time. Like I said, like if you look, he has like six KO in the first round, 5 in the second round. Giles get finished in the first sometimes, but I do think he's gonna survive the first round, and then he's gonna get finished after that. Yeah, so maybe you just bet Prates by round 2 finish. I think that's a good bet. I'm gonna wait and see what they give me on the other books because I don't like the odds on Bet Online, but potentially we get a better number on other books. And yeah, the KO prop for Prates is good also. Minus 110, I still like it personally. I think that's his main path to victory, and I prefer to bet the KO than betting the money line because like if you go the distance, I think it's gonna be somehow competitive, and I don't want to hold minus 250 if it go the distance. You know, I feel like money line side is Giles just because of the experience, and he's like for KO of his own. You know, Prates has been finished before, and Giles has power, but yeah, I don't really see it personally. I think Prates win this fight at a pretty decent clip, and I think he's gonna get a KO more often than not. But yeah, I don't like the round 1. I think sub prop. I think that's gonna be in the second round. So I'm gonna be looking in the round 2 prop on the other books. You guys think that's gonna be early or late the finish?
I think it's probably gonna be early.
Early, you think?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be an early knockout for Prates. What do you think, Key?
I think round 2.
Okay, so right in the middle.
Right. If we look, round 2 Prates now is plus 350, but like we can potentially get a plus 500 plus 450 on another book.
Yeah. I'm going to get a pretty good plus odds bet on Prates by KO when it comes out on either FanDuel or DraftKings. They always drop their lines pretty bad for props. So I'll be taking that when it's plus odds. Let's move on to our next fight. Drop, check your DM on Twitter. I sent you the link to the tweet. Tap that link. I'll do that. I'll start looking at the next one.
Yeah, we have 11 people watching, Peg, so make sure you don't send me some dumb shit.
It's all right.
Is that his dick, bro? I'm not sure I want to click on that. Okay, so what the fuck?
You're going to stare at it. You saw it already. It's crazy.
Okay, we can move to the next fight.
Rodolfo, black belt hunter, Viera, 9-2 versus Armin Petrosyan, 8-2. Rodolfo Viera is 34 years old. He's 6 feet with 73-inch reach. Armin Petrosyan is 33. He's 6'3 with a 71-inch reach. You can get Rodolfo Viera anywhere from minus 113 to minus 125. You can find Petrosyan anywhere from plus 104 to minus 115. I'm staying away from this fight. First time it was booked, I had an Armin bet. He was poisoned by the Brazilians, and the fight was canceled.
Was he, though?
God. That's what they say. But thank God, because I was kind of worried about that bet. I think it's either going to be a high-volume paced fight from Petrosyan to win by decision, or Rodolfo Viera is going to get on Armin's back and sub him.
Drav, what do you need to pick a side, though? Who do you think is going to win?
Oh, I would stay off, but if I'm going to bet this again, I'm probably going to go with Viera here.
So you think he's going to find a sub?
Yeah, I think he'll probably find the sub here.
Why are you changing your mind like that?
Just because looking back at it, because I actually taped it better this time.
That's my guy. He knows how to do it now, right? Yeah, so with tapes, they got discarded. So yeah. So you think Viera is gonna submit him this time out?
I think he's gonna submit him this time, and here's why. So when Kai Braho gets on your back, he's a position over submission wrestler usually. A guy is a high level black belt as Viera. A lot of the times when you see Armin post up, he sticks his arm out to post up and get out. Viera is going to he's one of those guys that'll set up a trap, let him think he's getting up and lock something in, whether it be, it could be a Kimura, it could be an armbar or something like that. Or if he's on his back, he's going to go for that rear naked choke. We know he's got, unreal strength. He beats, high level black belts. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Personally, I'm going to stay away from it unless I get a crazy line on Viera by sub on one of these other books. I'll maybe take that, but outside of that, I'm just going to stay away. What do you think, Drav?
Yeah, I do agree with you. By the way, we have 12 live viewers. I think that's a record, so make sure you guys leave a like on the video. We appreciate you for rocking live with us. We're having a blast. And for this fight, I do like Viera. I think he's a side. I do think the difference of levels on the ground is way higher than the one on the feet. And Viera on the feet, he has a nice jab. I think he can compete with Petrosyan. And I'm a believer in Petrosyan. I've been backing him. I bet him last time out against CLD. I bet against him when he fought Braho. And I bet on him when he fought. I think I bet him by decision against Dobson. I'm not sure. So I think he's pretty good. And since he moved to Dagestan, he's training with Kopylov, and they both improved their takedown defense. So that's great for them. But yeah, I don't think his takedown defense is good enough here. But I do like his get-up game. I'm going to give him credit for that. I do think he can potentially get up if Rodolfo take him down. But the problem is he gave up his back. So you don't want to give up your back to Viera because he's going to jump on it and he's going to submit you. And to your point, Peg, I do rate Brau. But Braho is not the same level of grappler than Viera. He's more a control guy than a submission guy. If Viera has Petrosyan back for more than 2 minutes, he's probably gonna submit him. And the arm and the arm triangle can be there as well. And like I said, on the feet, I'm not too worried. I do think that as the fight goes on, maybe Petrosyan can wear on him with pressure and volume if he can defend the takedowns. But I don't think he's going to defend the takedowns. And I don't think he has like insane power to put out Viera. I've seen Viera compete with Chris Curtis on the feet and look kind of good. Like he won some minute there. Volume was great, jab was good, and he hit a lot of body shots and he didn't quit. So that was a good look. And then people talking about his cardio, he got to finish in the third round against Stolfus. That was like a nasty finish. I guess the Brundage fight was a bad look early because like he got dropped, he almost got finished, but he showed that dog in him, which I like. Yeah, and we know that Brundage can do that early, but then he tried to jump a guillotine like a dumbass. I had the under 1.5 in that fight, a Brundage and Viera, and when he jumped the guillotine, I would like look kind of type, you know. But I was watching this with my girl, and I was just laughing. Like, why are you laughing? He's gonna tap or something? No, he's gonna submit him in 30 seconds, and that's exactly what happened when he jumped the guillotine. That was very dumb. That's what Cody Brundage does, though. So that I was laughing when he did that. I agree with Ricky. Someone's gonna look like a big favorite, but I just don't see Petrosyan defending the takedown, and I do think that he needs to fight the perfect fight to win that. Because like, if Viera get his back, that's either the round or the fight. And like I said, I do think it can be competitive on the feet for a little bit. But yeah, I still favor Petrosyan. Of course, it's a striker versus grappler matchup, but there's levels, and the levels on the ground are way higher than the one on the feet. And I gave Viera more finishing upside in this fight. Early and even late, it's possible. He's not a first round guy or bust. And yeah, like I said, Petrosyan doesn't have the type of power to scare me too much. And get up game is good. So maybe you just get up, and then Rodolfo's tired, but I don't see it happening. Like he should 24 takedowns against Curtis, and he was still there in the third round. He was tired, but he fought through it. So yeah.
Key, what about you?
Yeah, I think that I believe that was Ricky who said that. I think that that's correct. Whoever does win this is gonna look like, damn, like why didn't we bet that guy? I have to side with Petrosyan here. I think that the leg kick volume and his volume in general is just way too much here. Chris Curtis volume and Petrosyan volume is two completely different things. Curtis is putting in that work with his hands, and you're still in range to fight back, it feels like. But Petrosyan is going to dance, leg kick after leg kick, jab after jab. I really think the Petrosyans, I really hope that they continue to give him some fun matchups because I think he's a really good fighter. This isn't the same fight as Bahalio or even a Robocop on the ground. Like Drav said, I do have to agree. I think Rodolfo is just a completely different grappler. I think that he has more subs. And is heavy on top. We even think about all those arm triangles he gets, which I believe that's his most. Yeah, 3 out of 4 of his subs in the UFC arm triangle. I think this shit does get scary at times here. But who's gonna win the most minutes? It's gonna be Petrosyan. And at a pick'em fight, I sort of have to side with that by default. I do think the Viera does. I mean, the path is obviously there in the grappling. But I don't think that his wrestling's that good. And I think that Petrosyan has had this matchup for months and months at this point. If you can't stop a couple takedowns and put on the volume on the feet, I don't know what to tell you. I think that round 2, round 3, Petrosyan, especially round 3, I think Petrosyan takes over if it gets there. So I think that Viera is round 1 sub, maybe early round 2 sub. But shit gets dark fast if he's not able to get it to the ground, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what is Petrosyan takedown defense in the UFC? Can you guess?
It's probably negative.
It's got to be like below 50, most likely.
It's 36%, but in this number, you have to favor that he defended 3 takedowns from CLD, who was not a good wrestler, you know. AJ Dobson, 3 for 3 on takedowns. Barao, 4 of 5 on takedowns. Robocop, 2 on 3 for takedowns. And Kolev, the guy that he fought on contender, 3 for 5 on takedowns. Not to say Viera is the best wrestler, but he does average 3.67 takedowns per fight. And yeah, I do rate Petrosyan's ability to get up, but like I said, he gives up his back when he do so. But to me, it's not a question about if he's gonna get taken down or no. He's gonna get taken down. I'm pretty confident in that personally.
I think that if you're betting on Petrosyan, I think the bet is that his takedown defense has gotten better, and I think that two, that his get up skills have improved some sort, and that they understand that he can't give up the back like he usually does.
Definitely. What do you think his? So they just dropped Rodolfo Viera's. They're starting to drop props, by the way, guys, on commercial books. They gave you plus 165 on Viera by sub.
On what?
Just like DraftKings, this commercial books.
Plus
DraftKings
165. Yeah, I don't think it's good enough. It was plus 200 on Bet Online. I still think it's good though, because like that's his main path to victories. But I do think a sneaky, I do think Viera can win a decision here. Again, remember guys when I told you last week, like Moicano Dober, it's Moicano sub Dober KO. Like everybody's gonna be on the under, but Moicano can win a decision. It's kind of the same thing here. Viera can submit him for sure. Petrosyan can knock him out. But I do think this fight can go over, and then it's a close decision. Maybe Petrosyan win the fight based on damage. Who knows, right? But yeah, I do think he can go over. I think it should finish because of the stylistic matchup, but I'm not too confident in saying it's going to finish him. But I do think Viera is going to find the sub personally. At plus 165, you get the money line at minus 110 or something. I think it's a better bet.
Yeah, you can get Rodolfo Viera by decision plus 550 on DraftKings if you really like that. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like you said, I don't know. Plus 65 doesn't really jump off the page for me for the sub prop. Probably just stay away from that. They didn't really give that great of lines. They gave Gregory Rodriguez by knockouts plus 200. And by sub is Gregory Rodriguez by sub plus 700. What do you think of that?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. This guy Rob Bryczek by sub is minus 170. What the fuck is that about? And Ehor by knockout. Oh, I'm sorry. By sub is by KO is minus 165, and Potieria by KO is plus 250. Kind of crazy. That's kind of like their path to victories, but we'll get into that. Next fight, Mike Johnson versus Darius Flowers. We're going to get the Darius Flowers experience. Mike Johnson is 21-19. He's 37. He's 5'10 with a 73-inch reach. Darius Flowers is 12-6-1. He's 29. He's 5'9 with a 71-inch reach. You can get those odds. Mike Johnson anywhere from minus 140 to minus 123. Darius Flowers anywhere from plus 119 to plus 105. I'll start on this one just because I have a bet on it. I gave out Darius Flowers plus 115. Kind of wish I waited for his KO prop, though. They just dropped KO props on this book, and it's looking like plus 180, so not tremendous. I think not that Darius Flowers can't win a decision. It's possible. I think his path to victory is he kind of pushes a pace that Mike Johnson, not that he's not going to be used to because he's used to pretty much everything at this rate, but I think Darius Flowers is okay with eating two punches to get Johnson up against the cage and then tee off and swing and hopefully catch the chin. We know Darius Flowers is knocking people out at 185 and 170. Very interesting to see if he gets to 155. If so, I think he could find the knockout here. That's what I'm thinking. I'm kind of hoping he misses weight because that looks even better for the KO. Darius Flowers also going to know he's going to in round 3. I'm happy with him going to round 2 or round 3 because he's going to know he's going to have to win by knockout by that point, and he'll be swinging for the fences. Key, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't have any interest in betting a Michael Johnson fight at this point. If I had to choose a side, I'd choose Flowers, but I'm not betting this fight.
Do you think Flowers win?
Yeah.
by knockout, like a brutal knockout again.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Okay. The knockout on Bet Online is plus 225. I think it's not bad if you want to bet Flowers. I think that's his path to victory. My problem is I think that's gonna need to happen early. Like he's cutting to 155 now, so his cardio was not great before. It's not gonna be better now, you know. Uh, but yeah, the Jake Matthews fight was super short notice, and he did look all right in that fight. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
My problem here is, yeah, Johnson has like the people that he fought like way more experience against high level competition. I think he has better boxing. I think he's a little bit faster, but like, man, like his chin is not good, like not very good anymore. Like he can get put out pretty bad. Like he's getting older. He has a ton of fight, a lot of mileage on him. You know, he's 37 years old. He's on his way to be 38 in the next couple months, and yeah, brutal knockout loss. Not a good look coming back after against another powerful puncher. You know, Flores is pretty explosive with his takedowns, but I don't think he's gonna get any takedowns here. But yeah, he's live to bunk him early. But I do think it's better to bet the KO prop and like the run one on Flowers than betting the money line, because like after the first round, Johnson's probably gonna style on him. Yeah, but I don't like this fight too. But I do think it's gonna finish at a decent clip. You can try the under 2.5 at like minus 200 or so. I think it's a good parlay piece. But yeah, I'm not too confident. It's kind of hard to be confident on the Michael Johnson fight these days. So I prefer to pass and stay away myself. But under 2.5 is decent parlay piece in my opinion. And yeah, I'm gonna pick Michael Johnson to win. I think he's gonna get potentially a KO late after Flowers get exhausted. But I'm not confident. I do think it can go either way. So as a bet, I think Flowers knockout is probably the best way to go.
Yeah, I agree. Especially that KO one. I didn't even see that in the round one. All right, let's move on to the next fight. Brad Tavares versus Greg Rodriguez. Brad Tavares is 20-8. He's 36. He's 6'1" with a 74-inch reach. Gregory Rodriguez is 14-5. He's 31. He's 6'3" with a 75-inch reach. Dude, this guy, Gregory, A, kind of looks like Obama. B, he looks like he's 45. I honestly can't even believe he's 31. I would have thought he would be like 40. But you can get them anywhere. Brad Tavares anywhere from plus 200 to plus 203. Gregory Rodriguez anywhere from minus 230 to minus 250. At first look, I was looking to bet Tavares at plus 200. I kind of thought that was my side. After looking in the tape a little bit, he's not responding to punches well, and I don't think that it'll fare any better here with Robocop. Also, Robocop's a very decorated black belt. I think he's live on the ground too. I'd like Gregory Robocop to win inside the distance. Drav, what do you think?
Yeah, it's another fight I'm not confident because like if that fight was 2 or 3 years ago, I would probably pick Tavares to win a decision. He has again he fought way more. He has way more experience. He fought better competition, and he was very durable. But I do think Dash Chin is now going a little bit. He took a lot of damage, especially in the Duplessis fight, like the Weidman fight, dude. I had Tavares in that fight, and I was like, damn, is he gonna get knocked out or what's going on? You know, that was a bad look there. But yeah, I do rate his takedown defense pretty highly. I don't think Robocop is gonna get any takedown. So based on that, he's a primarily grappler. You know, that's his background. But now he's falling in love with his hands, and he's training. He did train with Alex Pereira a lot, and Glover, Robocop, and he did look. He looks very good if you look on his Instagram. He has been training his ass off. So the striking is there, the power is there, massive power advantage from him. He's way more dangerous. And like I said, I do think that chin of Brad Tavares is going to crack soon. And Robocop's probably the guy to crack him. But yeah, maybe Tavares can get a weird knockout because I don't trust Robocop chin enough to back him at these type of odds. But stylistically, like Tavares defend the takedown, can dance on the outside and outpoint him. He can win a decision, but I just don't trust his durability. But to be fair, both of them durability is not very good. But I just feel like Robocop is going to be more dangerous, and he's going to be able to win more moment on the feet than Tavares. So yeah, he's younger as well, based on topology at least. So I think Robocop by knockout plus 200 is a good bet. If not, Tavares decision at like plus 500, I also think it's a good one. Money line, I think it's dog or pass, but I'm going to pick Robocop to win by knockout. Do you agree, Key?
Yeah, I think this is a Robocop spot. Like you said, Tavares' chin is going. He's not the same fighter that he was defensively. Yeah, I'm not sure. Plus 200 KO, plus 150 ITD. Feels good, but I don't know. I can't shake Robocop getting deaded by Bruno in this. And I know that most likely won't apply to this fight, but it's just I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I want to bet this, but I think the Robocop does get it done here. And for the love of God, please put Robocop in front of crowds. Please put him in front of crowds.
Oh yeah, he's super fun.
Fighter. This is just. I mean, holy shit. Yeah. Get him out of the Apex. Get him this win in the Apex and then get him the hell out of there. I'd love to see him on UFC 301 with Pereira, whenever Pereira most likely fights Jamal Hill.
Yeah, the smaller cage I also think helps Robocop here. That's kind of what I kind of feel. I'm just going to catch up on some comments here. Fortune Cookie, we're going to see you. My bad. Yeah, we'll see you Saturday. I think this is referring to the smaller cage for
Viera Petrosyan. I do agree. It does favor Viera.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know. I may end up playing him. Who knows what I'll do? I get a little crazy on Saturdays, start drinking a little bit, and then who knows what I'm going to start throwing in. All right, next fight. Ihor Potieria versus Robert Bryczek. I should know I'm a Polish guy, but I don't. Ihor Potieria, 20-5. He's 27. He's 6'3" with a 75-inch reach. Robert Bryczek is jacked. He's 7'5". He's 33, 6 foot with a reach that's not available. You can get Igor and anywhere from plus 158 to plus 133. You can get Bryczek anywhere from minus 170 to minus 205. Key, start us off with this one. What do you think? Do you think this is one that we kind of talked about it earlier? This one's going to probably end by knockout early, right?
Yeah, I think this is a mean fight. I have absolutely no desire to bet this. I want to watch fun, goofy ass violence. I know Dravy has a pretty strong opinion here, though.
Strong, I'm not sure, but I do think that some weird shit's probably gonna happen. Thanks, man. Yeah, I just feel like people are writing off a little bit Potieria because I did watch a lot of tape on this Robert guys, and first of all, I love the fact that he's going in a lot of different good gym, like at Extreme Couture and all these good gyms, and he's having good looks with like good high level people in the UFC. Like he's traveling a lot to get different looks, which I love. And bro, he's on steroid or something. Like the dude is massively jacked, dude. That's crazy. But yeah, if you look KO1, 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 right? But then the guy that he beat, not good fighters, lower level competition. But then you scroll down a little bit. Oops, he lost a decision against a 6-4 guy who's now 9-7. So I did watch that fight. I don't know what the fuck happened, but the dude just chewed no volume. That was a weird look. I don't know what the fuck he did, but he was chewing no volume, and I was like, damn, okay. So that was a weird fight. And then Keg Brito, I know him from Contender Series. This fight was a welterweight, so that was not a middleweight, but he got knocked out with a jab. So that's I was like, oh, okay. So maybe the chin is not very good. And then if you scroll back a little bit, the fight that he lost 2019 against Silva. Silva, he's more of a grappler, you know, not really a power guy. He has 11 sub. He's tough and he's training, I think, at ATT. But yeah, dude, he got almost finished a couple of times in that fight, dude. He got rocked, he got wobble all over the place. Maybe that's because of welterweight and maybe that affect his chins, you know. But we don't really know because after that, he put guys out in 2 minutes and he doesn't really face adversity. So maybe he doesn't have a good chin. And I think that Potieria chin is pretty decent. Like the fight that he got KO, like if we don't call the Olbrook fight because he just got slammed by a shot that he didn't see, but like the Nicolau fight, the Bellator fight, the dude like he got finished because he gassed and he kind of gave up. You know, he didn't get fucking knocked out, or it's not because his chin's not good. He can take a good shot, I think. And yeah, he did look very good against Bellator. Like his speed was on point, the footwork, the movement. He did look pretty good in that fight. But now he's taking this fight on short notice and he's dropping down in weight. So that's like the big thing in this fight. But I don't think he was like a big guy for 205. He was like, if you look last time out, he was not at 206, you know, 204. The fight before that against Herberg, 204. So he was cutting weight, but like in some of these fights, even on Contender, 203, you know. So I feel like it's a guy that can go to middleweight, but I do think that take time. I did watch his Instagram. He was around Sean Strickland. He did look he was training seriously, and not only after the fight was announced. He was training before that, and he did look in good shape to me. So I think he's taking this seriously. Maybe his job is on the line. So I don't think he's just gonna go out there and show up overweight and don't care. I think there's some chances that he made weight personally. I kind of want to see how he looks on the scale. The line has been hit on Potieria. Yeah, you guys probably saw my post on Twitter. I didn't bet Potieria money line. I did bet something else. I have 2 bet on this fight. I think you have good chance to finish either way. I think the under solid. But yeah, I do think people are writing off a little bit Potieria, and yeah, I think he's gonna win, but I'm not confident because like Bresky hit like a truck and he goes at it early and he has a good jab and he looks to be on steroids. So I want to see the face off. I want to see how I look on the scales before I be a little bit more confident. But yeah, I mean, Potieria fought better competition, you know. And I feel like I have a good read on him. Like I bet big on Earlberg, and I didn't bet any of his other fights, I think. So yeah. By the way, Nicolau, the guy that he lost to, right? I think he's potentially dropping down in weight because that's another guy that should not be fighting at light heavyweight. And he got finished quickly by Earlberg at the end of 2022, and we have not seen him before after that. And he's 4-2 in the UFC, so I don't think he has been caught. But yeah, a year and a half, or yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but he's probably gonna
eat pizza and drinking soda. So I'm assuming he's gonna make weight. Or people are talking about this being I think it may be a catch weight fight also.
No, it's not.
You don't think so?
It's not. It's 185.
Okay. I don't know. People were talking about it. Anything could happen, man. Anything could happen. But yeah, I agree. I don't know. Poteria's aside. I mean, the money's coming in on Potieria now. I'm just gonna go take a little look. Let's see at the handles right now for this. If we were to look at okay.
At the end of the show, let's build a Lambo parlay. If you guys are down.
I'm down. I'm always down for that.
I already have my leg right up.
So I'm down for that. Yeah, I mean, the bets aren't great. 83% of the bets and 78% of the money is on Rob Bryczek. But 17% of the bets and 22% of the money is on Ihor, and the line is moving that way. So it may be sharper money or more respected money coming in on him because the line's going down. I don't know. Interesting to see. Let's go to the next fight. Dan Ige versus Andre Touchy-Fili. Dan Ige, 17-7. He's 32. He's 5'7" with a 71-inch reach. He is out. Eric Nixick's coach now. Andre Fili, he's 33. He's 5'11", and he's got a 74-inch reach. He's obviously at a Team Alpha Male. This line, it was getting down to like, I thought I saw like minus 160 last night when I was doing the show with Couch Warrior. But now it's back at 180 again. You get him anywhere from minus 166 to minus 180. Andre Fili is anywhere from plus 140 or plus 135 to plus 150. I'll start off with this one. I don't know. I was hoping we were going to get down to minus 155, and I was going to try and get a bet in on Dan Ige. Thinking back to, I believe we all kind of had a Lucas Almeida ticket. I know I did. Lucas Almeida inside the distance, decision equals no bet. Obviously, he got flatlined by Fili. Kind of a similar look here. You know, Dan Ige throws heavy-ass bombs. He's not going to get subbed. He's not going to get finished. He could lose a decision for sure. But he throws those heavy hooks, and that's kind of what Andre Fili, when he gets into a firefight, gets hit by, is those big hooks, kind of like Urbina does. So I think it's kind of a similar angle here. Obviously, that's not going to be there for Dan Ige since he's such a big favorite. But, yeah, I'm going to lean Dan Ige to win this fight, probably win a decision, but I think he's live for a knockout here. Key, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that Ige's the spot here. Me personally, I'm not wanting to bet a Fili fight, period. But I think that Ige is the side here. Tighter boxing, we know that he's going to cut the cage off. We know this cardio is going to be fine. I'm sure Eric Nixick has a great game plan for him. At this price, right now, minus 170, I don't have any interest. But like you said, if it went down to minus 150, minus 140 range, I may hop in.
Drav?
Yeah, I think it's a good spot for Dan Ige. I don't think I've heard people talking about this enough, but Fili is accepting this fight on kind of short notice, right? Because he accepted this fight on 2.5 week notice, and 3 weeks ago he was partying. So he had a good win, big KO, and that was Christmas. So he was not training, bro. Like, and not to say he's not going to be in shape, because he's a veteran and he's going to be in shape, but like, he celebrated Christmas, and like at the middle of January or the end of January, a little bit, like he was still in like partying, stuff like that. So I don't think he's gonna have more than 2 weeks of training, and he's gonna be focusing on cutting weight because he's a big dude for the division. But my main concern is Fili's chin. Not to say like he has a terrible chin or anything, but he does get cracked. Like the Nathaniel Wood fight, Wood's a good fighter, he's a good striker, but he doesn't have the same power of Dan Ige, and he's not as durable of Dan Ige, and he was still able to win the fight, and drop Fili. Fili dropped him too, but we know that Wood doesn't have a good chin either. But yeah, I do think Ige is the side here. I think he has all the finishing upside. I love the way he cut distance in the cage, and yeah, the jab's going to be there, the way he goes to the body. I don't really see Fili having success with wrestling. Personally, I'm not even sure he's going to try to wrestle. But yeah, when we see Dan Ige kind of a step down in competition, he's winning. And when we see Fili getting a step up, he's more often than not losing. And he's accepting this, like I said, on short notice. Dan Ige was preparing to fight Murphy. So that was a similar matchup than Fili, in my opinion. So he had a full training camp, is ready, and he's due for a knockout. So yeah, I think the knockout is good here. I think he's gonna knock him out and look good doing so. But yeah, if you go the distance, I still favor Ige, but I think he can be a little bit close. So yeah, I understand why people are a little bit worried about the money line, but I do like Dan Ige in this spot, and I think he should rose. I do think the money line price is good also.
Okay. I like that. I like it. All right, main event time. This is at 185. We got Jack Hermansson versus Joe Pyfer. Jack the Joker Hermansson's 35. He's 6'1" with a 77.5-inch reach. Joe Pyfer is 27. He's 6'2" with a 75-inch reach. You can get Joe Pyfer at a disgusting price of anywhere from minus 280 to minus 242. Jack Hermansson's anywhere from minus 210, or I'm sorry, plus 210 to plus 216. You get him at plus 190 at some spots if you really want to bet him. I'm going to start with you, Drav. Go ahead. What do you think about this fight? The people's main event.
Yeah, I don't have a strong read about this fight because I feel like Joe Pyfer should probably knock him out early. But what happens if he doesn't? It's just a tricky fight in general. Like Hermansson has been there, done that. He fought better competition. He has way more experience, and he's kind of tricky to fight on the feet. He's an underrated striker. Like I bet him against Curtis, and he kind of frustrated Curtis. Like the way dancing on the outside, it's kind of tricky to fight. And yeah, he does have good wrestling, good grappling himself. He has way better cardio in this fight. And yeah, we don't really know how Joe Pyfer is going to look if the fight goes into the championship rounds. Yeah, and maybe after 3 minutes he's going to be dead. So who knows? But I do think he's live to finish the fight. I think he has way more finishing upside than Hermansson when fresh. But yeah, that's a big step up. In the 3-rounders, I think it will be better for Pyfer because I feel like he can still win a decision in the 3-rounders. But in the 5-round fights, I think it's tricky. I think it's a little bit crazy to play Pyfer at these odds personally, minus 250. He should win. He's probably going to get a finish. But yeah, I think there's some unknowns, and I kind of just want to enjoy this fight as a fan. But yeah, I'm kind of liking Hermansson as a bet at these odds. But I'm probably not going to get there. I'm not sure. But if you like Pyfer, I think the KO plus 125 is better than the money line. Or maybe Pyfer round 1, Pyfer round 2. But again, I'm not sure. The values on Hermansson probably around 3, 4, 5. But yeah, I'm not passionate on this fight. I think that's going to be a good one. And I kind of want to see where Joe Pyfer goes. Also, Hermansson is getting a little bit older. So yeah, and he's coming up after a little bit of a layoff. And he got finished by Dolidze. So
that was a meme finish, though.
Yeah, that was weird. But yeah, he's active for Hermansson, and now he took a year off, a year and 2 months. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Joe Pyfer to knock him out, but I'm not too confident about it. So it's definitely dog or pass for me.
Key, what do you think of this one? I'll close it out on this. Then we'll do a Lambo parlay, we'll do a prop of the day, and we'll do a BTL parlay. We're adding more segments.
Yeah. So for this, minus 255 is kind of crazy in a 5-round fight. If this was 3 rounds, I'd like that. I wouldn't sniff too crazy at this, but in a 5-rounder, this is kind of wild. I think that the only way to play it is something that I believe one of y'all actually commented earlier, which was Joe Pyfer's KO plus 125. That's the only way that he justifies this price. I don't see him submitting Jack. I think that Jack's BJJ is pretty good. And I think the only way that he looks this price is if he just completely out physicals him and just dogs him and KOs him and just walks him down. So yeah, plus 125 KO. I might give that a look myself. But yeah, money line, I'm not even coming close to touching. And if you have to bet it from a money line perspective, it's dog or pass.
So I have Joe Pyfer in a parlay with Marcos at, I think, minus 220, minus 215, I think.
I think work, as he would say.
Yeah, nasty work. Exactly, nasty work. But I think Joe Pyfer, this is a setup fight for the UFC. They're kind of trying to, test him with a guy like Joe.
We need to stop saying that. Mike Malott was a setup fight against Neil Magny too, right?
But
wasn't
who?
it?
Who?
Mike Malott against Neil Magny.
Well, Mike Malott is.
I was never impressed fight, no?
I was never impressed with him. But 1 second, brother. I'm speaking. So we got Joe Pyfer here. Be Joe Pyfer. Dana White loves the guy. They want to see him move forward. If you look at Jack Hermansson in the past, right? The one thing he does struggle against is guys who are bigger and stronger than him and are more imposing. Roman Dolidze. You could talk about Jared Cannonier. You could talk about Thiago Santos. All three of those guys are big guys, physical guys, heavy hands. So that's kind of Jack Hermansson's thing. Like those are the type of aspects and physicality that you need to make things not go to Joker's way. Because if you let him set the pace, set up his leg kicks, shoot his takedown, stuff like that, he'll win the fight. He knows how to win fights. He's very good at it. But I think the physicality of Joe Pyfer may be too much too early. We obviously have question marks on the gas tank of Joe Pyfer. I think Joe Pyfer knows he's a relatively humble guy. I think he understands this is the biggest fight of his career. So I think he took it seriously. I'm sure he's been drilling for 5 rounds. I'm sure he's kind of ready for those type of things. I like Joe Pyfer after the interviews today. It was kind of cheesy. Wasn't too happy about it, but it is what it is. I still think he's going to win the fight this weekend. That's the card. That's the wrap up for us. We can go over a few of our segments. I just want to ask you guys quickly. So right now, rumor in the rumor mill is that for UFC 300, the main event is going to be Alex Pereira versus Tom Aspinall. So it's looking very likely. So what do you guys?
Where did you see that at?
Tom Aspinall posted on his story earlier today his flight for him flying to UFC 300, and he put the stone head and the thinking emoji. So like, we're waiting for you to sign the contract, or where what are you thinking, Alex? Type thing. So he posted his ticket up. So I think that's what Dana's big expectation is. They're trying to probably figure out how much they have to pay Alex to go lose at heavyweight for the triple belt. And then,
all right, hear me out though.
All right,
Left hook sends Aspinall to hell. I mean, does Alex go down as the GOAT or not?
Yes, absolutely, 110%. Because then he'll be a 3-division champion, and he has got a crazy kickboxing pedigree at Glory. But I think that a 1-2 is going to either clap Alex, or he's going to get blast doubled and subbed in the first round. So
you don't want to see your boy going out like that, bro.
I really don't. But like the off chance that he could be the guy that gets the triple champ status and like,
it would be amazing.
Instantly becomes a combat sports GOAT. Like that would be insane.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, but like for Aspinall to accept this fight, it's kind of crazy because like, I mean,
Aspinall knows he's gonna win it. That's why he's taking it.
That's a bullshit fight, dude. There's no way they make that.
Dude, he's gonna take him down and get his back and sub him. It's exactly what he's gonna do, bro. He's not like Jan Blachowicz. He's gonna suck wind and get lazy. He's gonna be progressive with his submissions, and he's gonna sub Alex Pereira. So, just to warn you, how this is gonna go. Let's go to what do you want to do first? You want to do best props? Do you want to do our Lambo lay? Or do you want to do our BTL parlay first?
Actually, for the Lambo, we're not gonna do it. I think because like we can't do the round props. Like we can't parlay them on Bet Online, so it's kind of annoying. But maybe I mean, what we're gonna do is we're gonna post the Lambo parlay this week on the Beat the Line broadcast Twitter. So make sure you follow it, BTL broadcast on Twitter. When all the odds gonna be available and we can parlay them on every books, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna make a Lambo parlay for y'all.
I'll do one better. I'll do you one better. We're gonna post the Lambo parlay on the BTL Twitter. Anyone who likes and comments on that tweet, if the bet hits, I'll give the full winnings to one of you guys. We can I'll raffle it off. We'll do a random one on the chart. I'll do it live on the video. It'll pick someone, and if it hits, you'll get my purse from that too. So
I love it.
Let's keep it interesting. All right. Let's do BTL parlay, then we'll go into props. What are you guys thinking for the BTL parlay? My leg is going to be the under 2.5 for the Rob Bryczek and the Igor fight.
You can't on Bet Online. You can't parlay that yet. You can only parlay the under 1.5. But
okay, so I'll do 1.5. I'll do 1.5 for now is fine. But when we can do 2.5, I'd rather do that. But let's do it for 1.5.
We can do under 2.5, but it's gonna be on a different book than Bet Online. Like on Bovada and Bet365, you can do it.
All right, so do it for that, just for the hypothetical. Do the 2.5 because I can do it on commercial books too. So if we have any fans that are commercial or US based, they can do it on DraftKings or FanDuel.
So do you want to pick the under 2.5?
Yeah, under 2.5.
Okay. Yeah, under 2.5 is minus 155.
Okay. Wow, I thought it wasn't it minus 260
That's
yesterday?
the under 1.5 peg.
Oh, is minus 260. Okay. So yeah, do the under 1.5 then.
The under 1.5 minus 260. Okay, so that's the first leg. You can go first. Yeah, I'm gonna go last.
Wait, you mean the under? You're confusing me now, bro. The under.
The 1.5 rounds is minus 260. The under 2.5 is minus 550.
Oh, okay. So do the under 1.5 for minus 260. Okay. What do you got, Key? What are you thinking?
I'll go Prates.
Okay, I knew you were gonna do that.
Minus 255.
Okay, Prates 255.
So yeah, I guess I'm gonna need to add a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if I take that, we're gonna cash it and we're gonna get back on track. So give me Danny Gay minus 170.
Okay, I like that a lot actually. It gives us Dan Ige.
Yeah, so the under 1.5 for the Breskin Potieria fight minus 260. The Carlos Prates minus 255, and Danny Gay minus 170. The odds is plus 206. So if you put 100, give you back 206 profit.
It's plus 206. You said.
Yeah, plus 206.
Okay,
Danny Gay, Prates, and the under 1.5 for Potieria Bresky. Beat the Line broadcast parlay. That's fucking rocket.
Great. So let's go props. Prop of what do we want to each give one prop that we like the most? Is that how we want to do this?
Yeah, I think maybe we can go based on the main card and we can give a best prop for each fight, or we can just pick one prop on the entire card.
All right, let's do that. Let's make it snappy and let's do that. Okay. So
on the entire card, just one?
No, let's do each fight like you said.
Okay, on the main card.
Yep, you start us off. Go ahead. What are you seeing?
Joe
Pyfer by knockout. Done. Plus 125.
Okay. I'm gonna take so it needs to be a prop, right? Let me check. I'm not sure. I didn't think about it.
Aren't we just giving one prop per fight each? Like we'll all pick one prop that we agree on and just do it one per fight so they could have one fight. They could pick one prop, not three different props per fight.
Okay, yeah. I think it's better that way. So I think we all agree on Pyfer KO being the best for this.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So Pyfer KO plus 125.
Yeah.
Next one is Danny Gay and Andre Fili. I think the best one is Danny Gay by knockout. Personally, I don't know if you guys agree, but
I agree.
It's plus 250, but it's much better on other books. So don't write plus 250. If you look on Bet365, it's plus 330, and I think Danny Gay KO you can get plus 325 on Unibet, but it's plus 250 on the worst price is plus 250. But if you look a little bit, you can get plus 300, plus 325. So Danny Gay knockout, I think it's the best one for this. I don't know if you guys agree, but I like that quite a bit.
I agree.
All right, let's go next fight. What is the next fight?
It's Potieria versus Bresky.
Potieria by knockout.
I do agree, but the line's not very good anymore, I think, right? Let me check.
Plus 200.
I think, plus 250 on Unibet, plus 225 on DraftKings. Yeah, so at plus 200, not so much, but if we look plus 250-ish or better, I think it is plus 250. Yeah, I think it's good. Potieria knockout, plus 250.
Do we want to do first round knockout? Do we want to get even better?
No. I think plus 250 is better because I think it can happen early in the second round.
Okay. All right. So that's that one. Next fight after that is Tavares, Gregory Rodriguez.
Robocop ITD isn't bad.
What it is? ITD is plus 140.
Plus 150, I thought.
Either way, I kind of like that bet regardless. I think I agree with Key. I think we just take the inside the distance and just keep it easy because even if you look at his decision prop, it's plus 160. So like you may as well take inside the distance and making you pick.
Yeah. So Robocop ITD plus 140.
Okay.
And then the last one. Oh no, not the last one. Michael Johnson and Darius Flower, the best fight on the card for Peg.
I mean, you know where I stand on this one, but let's see if there's any. What do you think of Mike Johnson by decision plus 300?
I don't know, bro. To be honest, my read's not good there, so I'm gonna let you pick it. Maybe Flowers knockout. We talked about it earlier, no?
Yeah, Darius Flower knockout
Plus
is
5.
Wait, yep. All right, like that one. Okay, what do you think? Same?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, plus 225.
So the last fight is Viera versus Petrosyan.
Petrosyan round 3 knockout. Yeah, that's the bet.
What are the odds on that? I'm honestly open to that.
Know. Let's see.
It's bad, bro. It's only 1,000.
What about Petrosyan round 3 sub plus 6,500?
That's not happening.
Scenes.
I mean, I think it's Viera sub still. I don't love the number.
Yeah, Viera sub is cool with me.
Yeah, let's do that. Plus 155. Okay. Do we want to do? Are we doing prelims too, or are we just doing main card?
Just main card. So yeah, we're gonna now build the Lambo parlay. So when we're gonna do it, it's gonna be 3 legs, one of us, and we need to put a rule on the show. So for the odds, I think you need to be like what plus 400 and better for the leg that we take.
Okay.
We're not gonna take it now. Maybe we can, but yeah, it's up to you guys.
All right, so
we're not gonna build it now because we can't, but maybe my leg's gonna be Prates to win in round 2. That's what it's gonna be. I'm gonna tell you now, but yeah, gonna need to know what's the odds after that, like on other books.
Prates round 2, and we'll put that out later on Twitter. I'll make sure I put it out. So Prates round 2.
That's my leg. That's for sure. That's my leg. It's probably gonna be plus 400, plus 450.
Okay, I'm gonna do.
But yeah, well, we can build that later on.
Yeah, we'll build it later
on. But we're gonna post it on BTL Twitter, so make sure you follow it. And
all right, guys, we could just wrap it up here. That's fine with me. So that's the show, guys. Thanks for joining us. That's UFC Vegas 86. Last week, I think combined, we all made 32 units combined as a group. So the value's there for watching the show. It's 2 hours of your time. Put it on when you're in the car driving or whatever you want to do. Listen up. It's pretty good value there. My name's Pegasus. Everything is in my bio on Twitter. I just run a free Telegram. All my picks are free. Always will be. I put them there first. Drav, what do you got?
Yeah, so thanks for listening, guys. It was fun. And yeah, as always, you can follow me on Twitter. It's Dravy_. And then you can subscribe to my dub club. You get all the lines, all the breakdowns for every fight. We on the fire, man. Like just 17 unit week last weekend. That was crazy. And yeah, I'm on a roll, so I want to keep the train rolling. So if you guys want to catch with me, you can join. And yeah, on the Telegram as well. Still gonna post a free bet every week on Twitter. So yeah, giving out underdog left and right, and we've been cashing. So let's get it.
Yeah. Key3Picks. I have a dub club in Discord, $12.50 a month. You can get a free week trial right now. We went up over 11 units this past weekend. I give out DFS cores, prize picks, underdog fantasy, book bets, live bets, everything you can think of MMA related. So come and join the dub club, get into the Discord, and come have some fun with us.
All right, guys, that's the show. R.I.P. Toby Keith.
What is that, Peg?
Dude, Toby Keith. R.I.P.
All right, peace out.